Get in here.
There we go. Welcome back to All Things Scientology, in which we pull back the curtain on the abusive practices of Scientology. We're your hosts. I'm Claire Headley.
And I'm Amy Scobie. And yeah, I got a haircut this week, so don't laugh, you guys.
No, it looks good. Come on
Oh
now.
my God. Well, yeah.
I know what
It's
you
like-
told me by text, so I'm not going to pile on.
I'll tell everybody because it's so funny. Oh my God. Okay, but I didn't tell you a certain part of it, which was okay, so my normal lady wasn't there. That's usually not a good thing. And so I got this other lady to cut my hair. And, all of a sudden I'm like going, where's this part? Like, what happened to this hair right here? It's like gone. And she goes, oh, I didn't realize you had a comb over.
Oh my goodness. She's so fired. You're fired.
And I was like, oh my God. So, and then she said, I specialize as a barber. And I said, okay, well, that's why I've got this like shaved sides. My hair right here is all shaved. I could feel her with the little buzzer doing all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, I wasn't going to do any videos this week, because of it. But I decided, hell, oh, well. Oh, okay. So yes, here we are this week. Welcome to everybody. Let's see where people are watching from.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I already noted, like at the very beginning, we had somebody from Brazil and Oregon and Rochester, New York, and Duluth, Minnesota. Those are the ones I wrote down earlier.
Nice. I see Waterloo, Ontario, and Xenu Rules, and Argentina, Clearwater,
Yes.
Tennessee. Beautiful place right there. Yep.
And Clearwater, Arkansas. Did you say that one already? That's pretty
Nope,
cool.
I didn't say that one. Nope. Virginia
Yes.
Beach.
Yes.
I was running behind because I was watching Janice Grady and Mark Fisher on our Scientology Stories Peeling the Onion. They had Janice's daughter Erin Grady on, and then while I was in the chat on that one, I got jumped over to somebody was like, "Oh, there's a question for you over on Aaron growing up in Scientology." I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, here I am trying to finish my work day. That didn't happen, folks. Let me tell you.
You're in high demand. That's all there is to it. But yeah, look at we got Terrell, Texas, which is my husband's in San Antonio, Texas right now.
Yep. Oh, I see Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where the hurricane is upon us, and they just issued a tornado warning. Oh, Betsy Sue. Oh no, stay safe.
Yeah, it came through here, but luckily for me, not so luckily for the people north of me, it didn't hit hard. So we had gusts of high wind and rain, but then it would stop. So it would just be like whipping wind and rain, and then it would stop, and then it would come again. And anyway, so it blew through pretty damage free. We got lots of branches and things like the leaves to pick up, but other than that, we were safe. So that was good.
That's amazing. You gave me a new favorite saying for the week, by the way. Yesterday when you were texting and you're like, yeah, hopefully it'll be a nothing burger. I'm like, nothing burger. Oh my gosh, I love that. That's amazing.
No, I probably got that from Mark, honestly. I don't know where I got it from. Oh, man. But anyway, look at all you people from all over the place. And this is really an international show. We got people from outside of the United States as well. In Clearwater, Sweden, Clearwater, Scotland, Clearwater, Southern Utah, and Massachusetts. Look at all these places.
Minneapolis. Oh, New Zealand. And
Montreal,
Wisconsin, Sydney, Australia. That's amazing.
Yes.
And
Hawaii in my head. Oh, come on. I was just going to brag about how nice it was for you to be in Hawaii. And then it says in my head. Yeah, that's where I am too. Come visit me.
I'm in wannabe Hawaii here in Colorado. Oh, Clearwater, Ireland. That's awesome.
Nice, nice, everybody. That's fantastic. Okay, well, awesome. So let's go ahead and get a little review of the week going on here. What do you think?
Sounds good to me. Sounds good,
Okay,
good, good.
let's see. Here we go. A week in review. So we had some good things going on this week. Let's see what they were. 1 second. Oh, to Claire and Mark Headley, happy
Yay.
31st wedding anniversary.
It's a goddamn miracle,
Yay.
folks.
I respect you so much. No, that's fantastic. Really fantastic. I love you both so much, and I've known you for 100,000 years, and I'm so happy for you. I remember when you
Thank
guys got
you.
married. Mhm.
Yes. In fact, don't let me forget, after this, I need to show you a picture because we're prepping for our whole, Mark and I said we would do a live for our wedding and our anniversary with like our wedding video with Paul Schobel and Mark and I have a debate going because I think Faith Schimmerhorn was at our wedding and he swears it's not her. And I just remembered you
I'll
were
be able
good
to.
friends with her. Yeah. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna send you the picture and you can close the debate for us. I know
Okay.
I'm right. I just know I am. Just so you know.
Well, even if you're not, I'll just tell you that you are.
No, don't tell me I'm right if I'm wrong. I wanna
I'm kidding.
know, but I really know I'm right.
Yes. Okay. Well, no problem. I'd love to see that.
Nice. Oh, we got Apostate Alex in the house from Clearwater, London. Booyah.
Yes. Hello
And
to you.
of course, the indomitable, the amazing, the ever-present Goldie in the house.
Awesome. Yay. Good. Well, the next thing on our little list here is congratulations to Blown for Good for 40,000 subscribs.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Major
Yes.
accomplishment. That's amazing.
What a
That's
ride it's
absolutely
been.
amazing.
And yeah, it's been I can't say that even in December that I thought we would be here doing this. And Aaron was, got Mark going on the Monday Night Lives. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Why does he get to have all the fun? That's not fair. So then, we piled on and the rest is history. It's just kind of like you roll with the roll with what life puts on your plate.
That's right. Well, it's
Yes.
fantastic, and your channel is just growing and growing, and you're doing so much work. I mean, no surprise because of how much work you're putting into it. It's fantastic.
And yours
I've
is
got
growing too, which is amazing. You started after us, so let's not, this is like we've planted a forest and it's going to turn into, Save Planet Earth from Scientology movement.
Yes. Oh, we need a T-shirt that says that. Save the planet.
Saving the planet from Scientology.
Or clear the planet of Scientology.
Yeah, there you go. That's good too.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, because I started with like 300 subscribers, on my channel. I've had it for years, and it just sat there with just a couple little videos on it. It was just 300 little subscribers. I don't even know if those subscribers are still with me or not, or whatever. But now I'm almost going to get to 9,000, and so my next.
I have an idea. So when you hit your 10,000, let's do our next live with all four of us. You and
that
Mark
would
and
be
I
amazing.
and Matt.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. Yes.
We need to do that. That's for sure. And we'll celebrate all of our success.
Yes, definitely.
So I put this slide so that subscribe to our YouTube channel. So Amy Scobie, if you just look on YouTube for Amy Scobie, you'll find Queen BSP, and subscribe to me there. And then Mark and Claire Headley at Blown for Good. And so if anyone is watching this stream that's not subscribed to my channel, if you wouldn't mind sliding over there and smashing the subscribe button, that would be so amazing. We'll make that target and we'll do a live with our husbands.
Yes.
That's a fun thing. Thank you.
As a 10K celebration. Yes, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, who can't do life with a little bit of motivation? Come on, people. We can get Queen BSP to 10K.
Get your stats up. Right now I'm applying emergency, so I need to promote.
Oh my gosh, emergency. Please stop it. Oh my goodness. That's an inside joke, folks. When your emergency, it means your stat is just kind of like a little bit down or kind of, the trend of the line. It was all about the numbers and the stats in the many years we were in Scientology. So Barfola.
Exactly. So both Claire and Mark individually appeared on Cults to Consciousness YouTube channel with Shalise and Sola. Claire's second interview and Mark's first interview. This is Shalise and Sola, so that people know who that is.
She's amazing. I love her work.
Yes, this is Claire. It says, her brutal escape from Scientology, the unreal story of top-ranking Sea Org member Claire Headley. Yes. Brutal, unreal, top-ranking. That's going to catch some eyeballs. And I want zillions of people to hear that story because, if you don't know about Scientology and how destructive it is, there's a lot of places where you can find out, and this is one of them. So that's wonderful. Yep. And then Mark was also on there. You wanted to say something about that too.
Yeah, no. So part 1 with Mark came out today, which I listened to. It was awesome. It's, it's just different. It's different when you're talking to different people. I think, I don't know, speaking for myself, it feels like different layers kind of open up and, you just go, well, but yeah, no, it was this part 1 was a major cliffhanger because like they ended right at the point where Mark had decided to escape, but then he overslept because he was waiting for me to come home. And then the security guard showed up at his house, at our house, which, whatever, at our house, our room in a house on Sublet Road. I don't want to set unrealistic expectations that we were in a house per se.
Never.
But the security guard showed up and he's like, hey dude, come get your sick check so you can go to the rehabilitation project force and never see your wife ever again. And that's where she ended the interview. He's
like, oh, I'm right on it. I'll be right there. Jeez,
I'll be right there. Let me just put my deodorant on and I'll get right on that for you.
And so the title of it says Scientology, when a coerced child joins a cult to survive. Joins a cult to survive.
Yeah,
featuring Mark Headley.
That was talking about he had a really rocky relationship with his mom, and anyway, he ended up living with friends, and then those friends joined the Sea Org, so then he moves to some more friends, and those friends joined the Sea Org, and then some more friends, and it's like from 14, Mark was, for all intents and purposes, by our standards now, homeless. He just was, or couch surfing is probably the more accurate term. So oh my gosh.
He didn't have his own home.
Somebody's saying, oh no, somebody just said they were so confused. No, that's Amy's book. Sorry, I just got distracted. Here, I'll put it up real quick. Amy Lopez. Claire, I was so confused. I thought that was a Dianetics book on your shelf, but I see now it's Jeff Hawkins' book. No. This is Amy's book, Abuse at the Top. Scientology, Abuse at the Top. I had to put that up there.
Mine, at the top, it's Blown for Good on the top shelf up there.
Nice. There
we have each other's books.
Yes. Perfect.
That is not a Dianetics book.
No, definitely not.
Jeff Hawkins designed the cover with Dianetics colors, but other than that,
there you go. And that worked because it associated with Scientology. This Amy's is exposing abuses, so it's far more productive than Dianetics, which is drivel. Yeah.
Total. Oh my God. When I finally read that, I think, I don't know, I've been in Scientology like 20 years or something before I ever read the book Dianetics, because we were just always workaholics,
Yep.
When do you read this big fat book that was completely complicated,
Yeah, definitely. I know. And getting through that when you're not getting much sleep is a real challenge.
Yeah, I had to do it on a course that I had to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have read it.
Yeah, I don't think that I ever even read it cover to cover. I read like pieces here and there, and and then obviously whatever. Yeah, we won't go there. When I was oh yeah, go ahead.
So Claire appeared. I do want to hear what you said, but I accidentally hit this button first.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
Claire appeared on Catherine Edwards' channel, Breaking Free from Scientology. On her channel, Catherine promotes expanding consciousness through curiosity. And this is her right there. And the title of this is Breaking Free from Scientology with Claire Headley at Blown for Good and Catherine Edwards.
Yes. Yeah, she's an amazing person from England. And we had a really great conversation. And you know, I don't know, it's interesting to hear different people's perspectives on our experiences. That's you know, I always learn from that, and I'm always you know, I'll just leave it at that. I learn from hearing other people's perspectives on what we live through.
Yeah, you know, and what's also interesting a lot of times is their questions.
Yes.
You know, because different people have different questions, and some of the questions actually really get me thinking, and they're not the usual ones that you might think you're going to hear. So
yes,
that always brings out a new side of our story. So
yes,
that's
I
good.
know. I love that. And watching other people's reactions too. Like sometimes I would feel that, you know, I mean, obviously we lived it, so whatever. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's just what happened. But then when you feel other people's responses and reactions to that, you know, I don't know, it can be pretty amazing.
Are you kidding?
Like,
that is for sure. I think that I was just numb and also just unflappable, because I would tell something and I read one paragraph of my book, because I'm doing the
book reading.
The book reading, and in one paragraph it had all these different things, and any one of those are hair raising, and I just like da 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 like this, you know. My mom blew the Sea Org while, you know, my Uncle Dick blew up in a space shuttle, and my, you know, hadn't seen my husband in 2.5 years because he became the commanding officer of Mexico, and whatever. It's just like this paragraph, and I had to sit back and like, how did I wrote this? Like, are you kidding me? Let's take a look at each one of these half sentences. Because they're all crazy. But yeah, so
I know. Yeah, no, I was just gonna comment. I vacillate back and forth between like, yeah, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. And then alternative to that, if I put myself in that moment, like the emotions are so overwhelming. And that's where I have to kind of balance it, because it does get overwhelming, honestly.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm reading these things. It's really good it's fun to see. When I wrote my book, I was pretty newly out. So I had a lot of, you know, still anyway. I have a totally different viewpoint. It takes a while, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's fun to be able to see what I wrote and then laugh and then comment extra and give like a little insight of what happened during that time or whatever. So it's actually a really fun process for me, and I understand from comments that people are really enjoying it too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, anyway, I like doing it. It's good.
Yes.
But anyway, so you got more stuff that you did.
All
Claire
right.
and Mark did 2 live broadcasts this week.
Yes.
Here's one of them. That's Scientology Live number 55 with Claire and Mark Headley. Pressure on Scientology ramping up. That's what it was called.
Yep, absolutely. And Ms. Pillow gave us these amazing mugs. It's so funny. Like we should
liquor.
Quacker liquor. Quacker liquor.
Hold on, let me get you so you can see it. There you go.
Quacker liquor. It's just so funny. Like I should start a brewery just for that. Quacker liquor. Come get your SP Quacker liquor.
I love it. Okay, and then your next one was this one. Scientology Live number 56, Claire and Mark Headley, new little Captain Davy troll doll and Q&A. I love that.
Yes. So we have Deadeye Dave coming, troll of the hole, troll of the board, Captain Davy Poopy Pants. We have a whole running list of that we've been compiling of all the brilliant input we've been receiving. And we have a box coming one carton of these crazy, like it's pretty funny, but we have one carton coming so that we can distribute them to all SPTV channels for giveaways and
Oh,
fun. Let's just have some fun. You know what? OSA screws with us. We have fun with OSA.
well,
That's how we roll.
I am loving Troll of the Hole.
Right?
Fantastic. Oh, people are so creative. I love all these different names.
Yep.
Yeah, so my dogs are wrestling directly under my feet.
Oh,
Okay.
I was having fun talking to them when you weren't at your desk.
Oh, is that right?
I was whistling and Kiwi was wagging his tail like somebody's talking to me.
He's getting so fat and big, it's unbelievable.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, I thought he was gonna be a little runt, and he's like he's got these little dwarf little legs, but the rest of him is huge.
Nice. That's amazing.
Yes. Okay, let's see what else we got. Amy was her normal slacker.
Oh, stop it. Come on now.
She put up chapters 3 and 4 of her book, Scientology Abuse at the Top, with lots of commentary. I've recorded 5. I'm just not done doing some edits and stuff like that. And so I'll put that up tomorrow.
Nice. That's awesome.
And so there's 3 and 4. And then chapter 5 is recorded. Yes, will be posted tomorrow. And I also uploaded an interview that I did last September with my friend Ken McMullen on his channel, Becoming Outlaws, where I give an overview of my experience with the Scientology cult. Okay. He's asking for help because Mango's trying to get him.
Uh-oh. He's like, "Save me, Mom, save me." Oh,
Okay.
that's funny.
You guys. Oh,
Oh, I
all right.
forgot to tell you too. I did another interview with Bryce Watson over at Esoteric Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
I just
Okay,
remembered.
good.
I totally forgot that.
Yeah.
I did a part 2. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Bryce was saying how so much of Hubbard's writings are taken from, other things, which of course you and I know that. But she was going to do a breakdown. So I sent her Dianetics and Science of Survival, the 2 books, the 2
Books that started it all.
yeah, exactly. Fundamental Scientology texts.
Mhm.
And she's doing an analysis so we can then compare notes about, anyway, it'll be fun.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I guess on your page, you can put a link to that one if people would like to go and find that
Yes. Yeah. So
show.
I have it on my to-do list to make a Cracker Liquor playlist and a Claire Bear playlist of places we've, appeared on other channels. I
Oh,
haven't
that's such
gotten
a
to
good
that yet.
idea.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. But I am going to do that. It is on my list. So I will get there.
Good.
Patience
You
is
need
a
more
virtue,
things on your
folks.
list. You definitely need more things on your list. Let's see. The next
Oh,
thing is so I was talking about my friend. This is the one, Ken McMullen. That's
oh,
the
nice.
thumbnail of the video that I put up on that, so
Wow,
people
he
can see
looks
that show.
very austere in that picture.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a really great
Nice.
guy. Yeah. That probably wasn't the best screenshot I could have gotten of him,
It's okay.
but that's all right. So coming up this new week, we got another episode of Where's Shelley dropping tomorrow with Sterling Tompkins. And
Yes.
Sterling, if you're not familiar, is he's in the Miscavige family. His mom is Biddy Miscavige, who was married to David Miscavige's brother, Ron Miscavige
Ronnie. Yep.
Jr.
Yeah, no, in my interview, Sterling and I were laughing about the fact that he presents an anomaly in that not only was he David Miscavige's nephew, but also, oh, let's see that.
Whoops, let's see.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
Queen Bee.
Nice.
SP. I love this cup. Get your merchandise today.
Don't wait. Do it now. This is your call to action.
Oh,
Back to the topic. So
yeah.
Sterling Tompkins, yeah, Biddy and Foster are his parents, but they then divorced and Biddy married Ronnie. So Ronnie is his stepdad, which is how David Miscavige became his uncle. But then in a funny, or I should say unusually Scientology turn of events, Sterling, or only unique to Scientology that it wouldn't be odd, Sterling married Shelley's half-sister, Suzette. So then not only was he David Miscavige's nephew, but now, or step-nephew, but now he was also his brother-in-law.
How quirky is that?
Try to keep up, folks.
Oh God. Well, I think I spelt it wrong. It's supposed to be with a P. I went in to fix it, and it didn't. It obviously didn't save.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do know it has a P, and I noticed that.
Tompkins. Yep.
Yeah.
Amy and I both knew and worked with Sterling for what, like
Yep.
15 years.
Yeah,
For a long
I've
time.
known him since he was young,
Yeah.
and his brother. Okay, and then so Amy and Matt have something up their sleeve for this new week. I just need to have him back. And then plus new chapters of Scientology Abuse at the Top will be posted. Okay, so
Nice.
now we're going to do a little bit of show and tell. So you had your awesome little cup.
Oh yeah. So somebody was asking for me to newly show this. This is my Claire Bear doll that Marilyn Honig, the amazing crochet lady who is just absolutely so creative. This is the Claire Bear crochet doll that she made.
It's amazing. I love it.
I saw it, and Grayson, my youngest son, was like, I want that. So I got it anyway. Sorry, folks. And then I've been reading this and thoroughly enjoying it. Liz Gale's new book. It is called Confessions of an Ex-Scientologist, and then Scientologist is crossed out and it says pothead. Born in, sparked up, and got out. And
Good.
Liz Gale,
awesome.
Yeah, Liz Gale is a third generation Scientologist. And so yeah, lots of things I can relate to that she's covering in there. And then I have this. This is from SPTV Tattoo Warrior. Tell me if I'm holding it right.
That's good.
What do I know, guys?
What do I know, guys? Now make it over that way.
Hold on.
I grew up in a cult.
I grew up in a cult. There we go.
That's
And she
awesome.
also sent me this book, which I haven't read yet. I was supposed to read it this week.
It's okay that you're not okay. Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, meeting grief and loss in a culture that doesn't understand. Yeah, that's on point. You know, there's it's totally true that a lot of people are like, wait, what?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have a grief thing coming up next week. Sometimes there's local meetings and stuff with the funeral homes that I work with, and it's really good because people can meet and they just have a community. And so anyway, if I can lend my loving ear to people who need someone at a time of loss, then I'm there for that. So that's
amazing.
Yes. Okay. So more show and tell. You guys, my goodness sakes. They were sleeping the whole day.
Yeah.
Mango was under the bed because of thunder, but now they're alive and kicking.
Yeah. Okay, well, they had to show up for our live. They could have missed that.
No, exactly. They're literally in and out of my legs underneath here. Then from Carol, I got this. This is from our last week's. I believe it was last week's. She sent me this and I framed it, which is, can you see? It says, go laugh in the places you've cried. Change the narrative.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So I have that framed and put up. So I love that too. And then a lot of people sent different things of condolences for the loss of my dad. I just want to tell everybody thank you for all of that. And okay, awesome. So now here's the next thing. Quote of the week. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead. SPTV, anyone?
Definitely.
Yeah. I thought that was beautiful.
Make your voice count. Every voice counts.
Every voice counts. And Oh, somebody said that I'm only 150 away from 9,000. That's good.
Oh,
And then we're
yeah.
on to 10,000.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
Nice.
Okay. And anyway, so that was sent in by a subscriber. Thank you very much. And if you have a quote that you would like read out, go ahead and send it to either myself or to Claire. And our emails you can find on our YouTube channels, and we'd be happy to read them out. Okay, the next thing is Scientology Word of the Week. I picked some things. This is like ridiculous. You ready?
Yep.
Valence.
Oh my God. Yeah.
In the real world, it's a chemistry word. The ability of an atom to combine with other atoms, measured by the number of electronics it will lose, add, or share.
Electrons.
So what did I say?
Electronics. Sorry, I'm just really good at I'm really well trained at doing method 9 word clearing. So if you change something, I have to be like, we're gonna look up the word electrons, Amy.
Nobody noticed, Claire.
I know Mark tells me that all the time. He's like, seriously, just be quiet. I'm like, I can't.
Oh, that's so funny.
Sorry.
If I said electronics. Okay, so let me read it again, right? Now that I cleared my misunderstood. The ability of an atom to combine with other atoms, measured by the number of electrons it will lose, add, or share. Okay, so the cult's definition is somebody else's identity assumed unknowingly. So here's a sentence. He's out of valence. He's in the valence of a drill sergeant.
Yeah, and I would even add that valence means like assuming the whole. It's not even just the beingness; it's the mannerisms. It's all the baggage that goes with it as well. So, for example, I have a sentence for you. Tom Cruise has assumed the valence of David Miscavige completely.
Oh, no question about it.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Like mannerisms, clothing. I am the only one that could help at the scene of an accident. Have you ever met a suppressive person?
And David Miscavige failed to get into the proper valence of Tom Cruise because he would walk in with his sunglasses and his coat, but he just failed. It was like,
Yeah, he was too short for the task at hand.
Yes, too short and too everything.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now we've got a photo of the week.
Nice.
Dun, 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 dun. This is from another subscriber who sent in a photo, and it's Poop on University with Mike Rinder in front of that flag. And this is what the person said. She said, "Hello, I just wanted to share a pic of Bobble Mike in front of the Poop on You flag. Poop on You was created by the Mustard Museum here in Middleton, Wisconsin. I look forward to every episode of All Things Scientology. Love, Amy Butternuts Small."
Nice.
Well, thank you for that awesome picture there, Amy.
Yes.
Poop on You. Oh, we should put those banners up all over Clearwater.
Definitely.
Anyway. I thought that was funny. Okay, here's the next thing. I wanted to bring this up, which is another amazing subscriber brought this website to my attention, which he maintains. It's a list of those who have left Scientology and have spoken out publicly against them. Each name has a link to their public statements. There are currently 3,243 people listed. I was blown away by that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Please, and then I'm asking for people to look it over and submit any updates or additions. And how they do that, there's a submission that you can do for that, which is at the bottom of the link. So there's the link. I tried to make it dark, but it didn't go dark. I hope you can see it okay.
Yeah, I can see it. It's blue.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just leaving it there. Y'all copy, screen save that and then put in that link so that you can find that, because 3,243 and there may be a lot more. So
I know there are a lot more, and I'm sure that's more than there are Sea Org members, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Internationally, we should say.
Yeah, internationally.
Yep.
So I wanted to give that a plug because people volunteered to keep that, just a couple people keep that website updated. And so I just want to thank them for that hard work, and put a plug for people to keep that updated if they know of anything else that's not on the list. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so someone was talking to me. This is for the next slide. Someone was talking to me about my SP Declare. And yes, I did get my SP Declare, and it is on goldenrod, very official.
Yeah,
And
mine too.
you too. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you
Well,
got you. Well,
did
who
Matt
cares
get one?
anyway?
Did Matt get one?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
both
okay,
got
so
him.
we're the only couples in probably the entire planet Earth that we have all 4 SP declares.
No kidding.
Did you get
Wow.
freeloader bills too?
Oh, they sent us a partial of $250,000 and a partial bill for just Matt. Okay, and I did just as much training as he did. So we were like, okay, this goes in the shredding basket, and we told him never write to us again.
But did you keep a copy of it?
We didn't. We were stupid. We should have.
Oh no!
I know. Did you get one?
Yeah,
Did you
Mark
keep
and
it?
I. Yeah, we both have SP declares and we have freeloader bills. So
Oh
between
man.
Mark and I's combined, it was
Oh,
$159,000.
oh my god.
That's the price tag if we were to ever even contemplate speaking to our family in Scientology ever again. So yeah, no thanks, folks.
I know. You walk out with $100 into your name, not even.
Yeah, by the time I made it to Kansas City, I was down to $40. It was pretty miserable.
Right. See, Matt did so much training. He did $40, I know. He did what's called the OECFEBC, which is the Org Executive Briefing Course. And he did
And the flag executive briefing course.
and the
Like
flag
basically, yeah, not even that, and that's not even represented on the grade chart, the bridge to total nonsense. Yeah, it's all
but it's
executive
huge.
training. Yeah, no, it is
So he
massive.
did, and then he did officer training, and he did the St. Hill Special Briefing Course, which is auditor training, and he did all of his OT levels up to 7. So he did
Wow.
all of that. So his partial bill was $250,000, and I still didn't even have my bill. We were like, oh yeah, you're going to make this completely impossible. Before I can talk to my family again, go beat sand.
Yeah. Wow. So they sent it as a partial bill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we were complaining that, we were out and couldn't get anything in writing.
So it said partial?
Yes.
Oh my God. That's mind-blowing.
This is what we could come up with so far, type of thing,
We're still working on it. We're still combing through the many of your records that we can't find.
Yeah. Anyway, Matt's just so funny because he just takes something like that and goes like rips it or throws it straight into the shredding basket. And I'm like, oh, wait.
You're like taping it back together again. Like, wait. I know Mark knows better than that. He knows that I may have piles, but you don't mess with my piles.
Yeah.
Every pile has a purpose. And
you know where everything is, right? That's me too.
I know where everything is. He'll be like, he'll call me up like, what's the employer identification number for X, Y, and Z company? And I'll be like, da, 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 da. He's like, wait, you did not just do that. I'm like, dude, you just asked me for the number. So what did you expect? I have one of those brains where Mark has like, I've learned the new term last week, eidetic memory. That's how my brain is with numbers. Like
is that right?
Yeah, it's insane. I can't walk that back. It's just how it is.
My brain's like that with music for some reason, like the lyrics. I can hear it and then tell you what it says. But my grandpa he was in military intelligence, and he had a photographic memory where he could literally look at a page of a book, close it, and then tell you what's on it.
Wow.
I know.
Nice.
He had my mom pick out a book out of the library. He said, grab any book, open to any page, and tell me what page number it's on. And then he read from her, like Huckleberry Finn, page 225. And then he read from the top of the page to her. She closed the book, put it away, never talked to him again about it.
Oh, so we used to do that in the Sea Org. Observation drills, remember?
Yes, where you had only a few seconds to take a look at everything, and then you had to tell exactly what was there, with no additives or anything. Yeah, that was actually a good drill. I liked being able to in just seconds see everything and remember what's there.
But it's kind
Will
of
I ever use
spooky
it?
though,
No.
in retrospect. In retrospect, it was because like for what purpose would a Sea Org member need to do that?
Well, I thought it was because, for just observing what's in front of you. It's actually something that we could have used a little bit more of instead, because when I finally stopped rationalizing insanities and I could see what was in front of me, actually, then I started getting out of there.
Yeah, no, that's true. I guess my point is just spy versus spy, like
Mm-hmm.
see what's
Yeah,
right
there's
in front of you
probably,
and memorize it and then rattle it back and
yeah.
with no alterations. Yeah, whatever.
I'm sure there was nefarious reasons for it.
Yeah.
As there is with everything in Scientology. But so I was talking about the SP Declare for a reason because, and then somebody was like, well, what's on the SP Declare? And I'm like, I designed something for my merch shop of what was on my SP Declare. You ready?
Oh, yes. Let's
Okay,
see it. Oh my
here it is.
gosh.
SP Declare name is hereby declared to suppress a person. Blah, 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 lie, exaggeration, fabrication, cult of Scientology, international injustice chief. And so I put that on a tote bag, t-shirts, posters, framed certificate, cups, and notebooks. So everyone can write their name in
amazing.
and have their own goldenrod SP Declare. Because that's all they say. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, it blew charge doing that.
I'm sure it did. That's amazing. I love it.
Oh God. Okay, so the next thing is this week we're continuing with the topic of the week, which is weird Sea Org practices.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's just a lot. That's why we're continuing with it. We got through, I think, 14 or 15 points of many, many points that I had written down.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're not in any sequence, and I keep thinking of more. And but it's really good, in my opinion, to go through these for us to look at them and see how crazy it is, and then for Scientology lurkers to actually see just how crazy some of these things are that they do. And then for people who have never been in to know why to stay away. How's that all sound?
Sounds good. Yeah, it's funny. Speaking of the word lurker, I was like, oh, that's funny. We should totally get some lurker merch. And then I was like, well, yeah, what lurker is going to wear lurker merch?
Like a voyeur wearing a voyeur t-shirt,
Yeah. I was like, never mind. It seemed funny in the moment, but
peeping.
In retrospect, maybe not so much.
Oh, that is cute. Okay.
That's when Mark goes, you're a spaz.
Oh yeah, no, I know. He calls me spaz all the time too.
Yeah.
But what well, he cracks me up. Sometimes he'll just text me, you spaz.
Oh my gosh, totally. I probably have at least 500 texts. Spaz. Like, you're the spaz.
It's funny. Oh gosh. But anyway, I was gonna just say to the people watching, if you have any ideas for merchandise that you would like, please send an email to myself or Claire, Amy at scoby-publishing.com or Claire at bloomforgood.com for our merchandise stores, because it's easy to do the designs and put them up there. And if that's something that you would like, we'll do it. Yes.
Nice.
Plug for that. Okay, you ready to talk about, or should we do a giveaway before we
oh yeah, let's do a giveaway.
Should we? Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's do, which one do you want to do?
Let's do a Mike Rinder bobblehead for Team Mike for the win. Yay.
Yes, Team Mike for the win.
Bobble Mike.
So you're going to be the one who picks it.
Okay. All right. So the rules of this engagement are just put Bobble Me in the comments, and I will do a countdown once everyone's gotten to their devices. Mark's always like, some people are watching on different devices. Give them time to,
Yes.
get to where they can comment.
Yes.
So then we will do a countdown, right?
Mhm.
5, 4, 3, 2, and hold on. This is where my StreamYard always goes nutso and I can't catch up. Booyah. There we go. Minna, you
Bubble
win the mic render
Monkeys.
bobblehead. So let me make a note of that. And
Nice.
shoot me an email, Claire, CLAIRE, at blownforgood.com, and send me your address and I will get that off to you right away.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, well, let's take up the first point that's on my list here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. All-nighters. I mean, we just did all-nighters like every week. We were always staying up around the clock. So you can't study, you can't function. Working with no sleep is a norm. No one secures until it's done. That was just like something that was said all the time.
Make it go right.
Yeah. And the fact that Sea Org members can sleep anywhere at any time because you're so tired all the time. So a cold concrete deck looks so comfortable. But yeah, I mean, how about you probably got more sleep because you were in the study division for a long time, right?
Yeah, you'd think so, but no, that was not the case. I was
Really?
in the study division, but just because I was supervising people doing their courses didn't mean that I had to have sleep. So there were many times that, well, first of all, I think the first time I pulled an all-nighter, as the terminology went, pulled an all-nighter. Ooh, I pulled an all-nighter. I know,
What does
right?
pull mean?
Now that I'm thinking back, I'm like, what the heck's wrong
It's
with?
true. We should look that up.
Yeah. Well, the first time I pulled an all-nighter, I was 16 years old, and there was some big situation that had come up with the staff training and counseling area, probably because someone had escaped, and we were always the fall guys anytime somebody escaped. And so it was always blamed on whoever the last person was that touched that person, so to speak. And so we were doing a white glove of the whole building, which was really hard because it was this was the Cole building, so it was before it had been renovated. It was all that red brick tile. And do you remember the study area had the hot tubs that had been boarded over? Like the course admin area where all the materials was like hot tubs that had been boarded over with shelves. It was super, super tacky. And the peacocks would always get in there and poop everywhere. So it never smelled good, even though we cleaned it up. So I stayed up all night at age 16, doing a white glove cleaning. And then thereafter, it seemed like just most of the time I wasn't regularly getting sleep.
Yeah. And so how old were you when you came up to the base? Because I didn't realize you were.
Yeah, I was 16.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you were super young when you got up there. I think I just turned 20 when I went up there.
You old lady, you.
I know.
20. You're like, 20. Oh, like there was that much difference.
Well, it was a few years before because you didn't come up until 1990, right?
1990, September 1991 is when I got there.
September 91. I got up there December 1983. I'm so much older.
Wow.
But yeah. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on at that time when I went up there for sure. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So no one slept. I mean,
no. And especially it seemed to me that starting in 1995, by my recollection, is when the Scientology event stuff started going crazy. Because, and again, by my recollection, David Miscavige was mostly gone from the property until the tax exempt status event in October 1993. And after that, he was much more present and much more involved with matters on that property. And do you remember the time that there was a helicopter that landed at the music studio to fly him to the event? Because it was like that down to the wire on getting all the music done for the event.
The only time I know about him getting in a helicopter was for the CC event because he broke his ankle, and so
Oh,
he couldn't speak at the event. So he disrupted the event by flying over the thing so he could quote unquote see it or whatever.
oh boy.
What a waste of money and time. But
Yep.
no, but I didn't know about this event thing.
Yeah, no. So because most of the event people related, like the musicians and the speechwriters and all that, were staying up all around the clock, writing, getting everything ready. So since nobody was going to study with no sleep, therefore everyone in the area where I worked was assigned to just go around and give wheatgrass juice to everybody to keep them awake. Do you remember that fad?
Yes, John Horwich started that fad.
Yep.
He grew this wheatgrass stuff and then did juicing with it or whatever, and then it like caught on as some big health thing, and then it's just terrible
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, there was all kinds of different little fads like that. I remember Shelley Miscavige told me to start taking psyllium husks. I'm like, I don't even know how to say the word. I don't know what it is. Well, how am I supposed to get psyllium husks in the Sea Org,
Yeah,
But
exactly.
somehow
With $40 or $46 a week, you're going to be buying psyllium husks? I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because everyone was doing a cleanse at the time. Anyway, I
Yep.
ended up getting it and did this whole juice cleanse where all I could have was liquid with psyllium husks in it for a week. Okay, you're already not eating, and now I'm not eating. I remember the first time I ate in a week, we were on our way down to Los Angeles to go to an event, and we got to stop at a restaurant because we hadn't eaten anything and I was going to faint. And so I got a vegetable soup, and I'm like eating this vegetable soup. This is the best vegetable soup I've ever had. It was like Denny's.
I was going to say Denny's.
Yeah.
Ah.
Best soup I've ever had. It tasted so good. Okay, so I don't know if you had much experience with this, but stat evolution in the Sea Org is just completely wonko. Okay, so first of all, you stay up all night, and then David Miscavige ordered the Data Bureau to print the statistic of every single organization around the world, not just the Scientology orgs, but all the other organizations too. WISE organizations, ABLE organizations, all these different ones, Sea Org organizations. And you practically had to cut down a forest in order to print. Cases and cases and cases of paper were printed for that night. And sometimes I held 4 sectors. So I'm going through, 300 books of these printed statistics that I could just as easily look at on the computer.
Yeah. And so, sorry, backing up for just a second as
Yeah.
like an overview. To me, and from my perspective, Thursday and Friday were the most psychotic days of the week in all of Scientology. And the reason was because, or actually Wednesday night, Thursday into Friday. And so starting because every week in Scientology is carefully evaluated and micromanaged. And how they're micromanaged is based on whatever the statistical number was. And it's not statistics in the real world sense. It's just like people always say, you guys misuse the word statistics. And we're like, yeah, folks, that's L. Ron Hubbard, not us. But whatever your statistic was, your number. So like number of bodies in the shop, for example, was an international statistic that was counted based on however many human bodies were in cumulatively all organizations across the planet, right?
BIS, bodies in the shop. How's that for caring about your parishioners?
Yeah, not to be confused with BIs, which is bad indicators. Totally separate thing. But so the week would end on the dot at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And so everybody in Scientology many times would stay up all night on Wednesday up and then through until 2 p.m. on Thursday to get their stats up, right? And then you, as a management executive, would then stay up all night Thursday night to then evaluate said statistics that were counted as of 2 p.m. on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then by Friday at lunchtime, all the marching orders had to be sent out to every organization in the world to tell them what to do based on the micromanagement. Do I have that right?
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah. I still have dreams. I did so many stat evolutions, obviously being in management for 20 years. I ran the stat evolution before I was in Watchdog Committee. And when I was in Watchdog Committee, I did the stat evolution and for 20 freaking stupid years. And I have dreams constantly of being up all night, and I don't have all of my statistics in. And see, all of the traffic all the orders from middle management have to go through me as a single person. So 100 people issuing their orders all through me, and I have to approve it. And I sometimes I would just like send without it. How do you read it? You can't read it.
Right.
So I'm supposed to be doing this. And I get these nightmares that I didn't pass on the traffic. You know?
Oh, but then if you sent something that David Miscavige came across that he disagreed with, all hell would break loose.
It happened all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. All the time.
Yep. Which is pretty much how it just got worse and worse and worse to the point that he just put all management into a hole. That's where that ended, folks. And that's why you haven't seen or heard from Mark Yeager, Guillaume Leserve, Mark Gingber, Norman Starkey, all these people, which, by the way, I think I probably said this last week, but maybe not. I can't remember. But from whenever I do get to the end of my Where is Shelley series, I'm going to conclude it with where are all these other people? Because yes, where is Shelley? But we're just writing on that to point and bring attention to the fact that people can vanish in Scientology and nobody knows in this day and age. Nobody knows. Family members of those people, please come forward. Please reach out to us. Please, please, please ask questions. Please demand to know where your families are. They must exist somewhere. Mark Yeager must have a family. Guillaume Leserve must have a family. You know, I know he has daughters and he has an ex-wife, and, you know, even Jenny Linson. I mean, she has a dad and a brother, as much as she's evil. And I don't know that she can ever reform, but still somebody should want to know where she is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I think about it a lot. Mainly because I talk about it a lot. So it's on the top of my mind all the time. And I worked with these people for so long, and they're not all evil pieces of crap. You know, it's just, I was able to escape. They're not able to escape. Mark Yeager, for example, got off the property and escaped, and they tracked him down and threw him into a van and brought him back. That's kidnapping.
Yeah, I remember the day that happened. David Bloomberg is and Greg Wilher, the people who manhandled him into a van at 4:00 in the morning, when he was, you know, he either was at the gas station, you know, how many miles was that from the property?
Yeah, like how did he get
3
there?
miles?
Did he run?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Man, it just gets me going. I mean, man.
Yeah. Or what about when Security Gold got night vision goggles so that they could search for human bodies who had jumped the fence? I mean, it's really, really bad.
Yeah. I feel so let down by the justice system, honestly.
Yeah.
With the stupid, you know, decisions to send things to arbitration back into the cult. Like, excuse me, why don't you go in there and try to get some justice? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, don't get me started.
No, I know.
I don't want to go down that because I'm obviously so fired up about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be speaking out and spend my life. I could have been like skedoodling the noodle in Hawaii somewhere.
Skadoodling the noodle. What does that
You
mean?
know how when you go swimming, you take those little noodles in there to float in the
Yes.
swimming pool? So you
Yes.
scoodle on the noodle. That's what I call it. Anyway.
Nice.
So you could just be like kicking back, but anyway, the right thing to do is keep speaking out, and hopefully, our message will reach the right people, and we keep trying and we keep persisting and keep raising awareness so that people don't go into that dangerous cult. It is not. Somebody was saying, "Oh, my mom's considering going in." Man, what do I tell her? Tell her no. Tell her forget it. Tell her it's a cult. Tell her that
Be
there's
like,
so much documented information that proves
yeah.
that it is a dangerous cult and you will be trapped and you will lose all of your money and all of your family.
Yeah, I have
Period.
one question. Have you heard of Google?
Right. Come on.
Search that
What the?
up, as my kids would say.
Search that up.
Search it up.
Search up the data.
Search it up. Come on now.
Oh, anyway, I could really get fired up because anyway, I know all those people and some of them I've known for so long and anyway, they're trapped and they need help getting out.
Yeah, and the problem is that always kind of haunts me is that as hard as it was for me to escape, which was 18 years ago now,
Mhm.
it is so much harder now. So much harder. They've closed every loophole. So anyway, it's terrifying, honestly. Like, I don't know. It's really, really, really messed up.
I know. I'm seeing different comments. I want to make sure that they get starred too, because some of these are really, really good. But sorry if I don't get your comment starred. But one thing that would help is if you write the word question all big, so that it catches our eye really good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm just so into what we're saying, I'm not looking. And but anyway,
Likewise. Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, we still are doing all kinds of different things in order to get a change on this. So anyway, I gotta be positive a little bit about it. We are making inroads. Things are happening. It's just not happening fast enough. And that there's still a complete sociopath in charge of that place with people locked down makes me very angry.
I know, me too.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a good one. The other thing that we would do every single week as part of stat evolution is you had to do a weekly condition formula for your stats. So, depending on the trend of your graph, you had to do a condition. So I had all these buffered conditions in my computer. We didn't have regular computer like an internet. We had their computers. It was this big green machine. So
it was a cathode ray tube giant computer, and it was like, I don't know, like 2001 Space Odyssey, where you see the old text kind of coming up.
The green,
yeah,
pixelated,
the green on black. Yeah,
I'm sure they still have those.
Yeah, I'm sure too. Yeah, because they're super, super paranoid. You've never worked in a more paranoid organization in your entire life. Like, holy what's it's. Yeah, for having all the answers to the universe, they sure didn't know how to not be paranoid.
Yeah. No, exactly. Because there's too much to cover up. That's why.
Yeah.
But so I would have my weekly conditions buffered. So all I had to do was change the date.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Mark has talked about this. Like, we had a template for every single condition, which went all the way from confusion. I can't say I ever. So confusion was the bottom. That was a lower condition. Next up was treason, which was betrayal after trust. Next was enemy, where you're like basically, cutting cords and stabbing people in the back and doing the work of enemies, as the name implies. Then there was doubt, where you're and then there was hung up in doubt. Remember, that was its own special thing. Like if you can't make up your mind as to which group you want to join, then that means you're hung up in doubt, and that means you're connected to a suppressive person. And next was non-existence, when you don't exist, so you have to get on all the lines, find out what's needed and wanted, people.
Yes, find out what's needed and wanted. Do produce and or present it.
Yes. Yes.
I could tell you all the condition steps in every single condition formula. That was
but we all had documents in our computer, to get back to your point, Amy, where we had basically everything written out, and you just had to slightly modify it and it would work. Right? You could just adjust it to this week, update, change the date, maybe update a few words here and there. Sometimes you might forget to change the date if you'd been up all night,
Okay, so check this out. You probably participated in this psycho thing, which is okay, so you have to get a meter check every single week. You go your weekly meter check. So you go into this room, everybody, there's like 4 or 5 people or something lined up with e-meters, and everybody comes in and grabs the cans, and the person just sits there and looks at you. Oh my God, you guys. Okay. Yep. And you need to have a clean floating kind of needle. Otherwise you're sent to go right up your ovaries and withholds. This is every single week. Okay. So, so I'm sitting there holding it, and the person is just staring at me like a zombie face. How are you? It's not like looking at you with your little smile there. I would be like so happy, but no, I'm looking, and they're looking at you like, I know you've done something bad. You suck. I don't want to be here.
No, from RTC it was hard as cold chrome steel. Exude metal.
Exactly.
Because that's totally
no kindness whatsoever in their bones. So anyway, so you have to pass a meter check, but a lot of people didn't pass them. So we're all off stupid wasting time writing overts and withholds, and until you can pass. So I tell you, and not only did we not sleep, we're coming in there. You got to get a meter check even if you didn't sleep. So we're in there getting a meter check every single week. How much time did we waste? We just like the whole
How many years you mean?
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
Of waste of time. Nothing got done. All we did was berate each other and punish each other.
Yep.
It's absolutely crazy. Okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty miserable existence. So on that happy note, let's move on to the next one.
I'm sure I've got something great in here. Let me see. I mean, just thinking about that, you don't even have friends in the Sea Org.
No, you don't. No. You don't even have partners, spouses. I mean, how many times have Mark and I, joked about the knowledge reports, but the fact of the matter is that it was a dog eat dog survival of the fittest. Especially at the imp base, but not limited to the imp base. I say especially just because we were literally in the middle of nowhere. So unlike other Sea Org bases where like Los Angeles, it was easier to walk out the door. Not that you weren't imprisoning yourself by years and years of indoctrination, but it was definitely physically harder to escape at that property.
No doubt about it. It was, you have all of the razor wire. You have even down 6 feet down or something, they put fencing so that you couldn't just like dig your way out from having a dog issue.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. Yeah. And the motion sensors and the sound sensors and the floodlights. I mean, gosh.
And you have nowhere to go. You're in the middle of the desert. There's nothing to the left, nothing to the right, and nothing behind. So, you have to go down the road if you want to stay alive. And then you just hope that somebody comes, I guess, and you can, catch a ride with flip your thumb out and say, "Stop, save me."
Yeah, no, I
I don't know
know.
what people do.
Yeah,
I don't know what they can do.
and obviously we're working on resources behind the scenes. But yeah, there was a story of a woman that escaped from the headquarters, and she made it to some farmer's house, and no offense to farmers, but this person like came out with a shotgun and was like, "Get the hell off my property." And she essentially had to beg him, like, "Please, please, please help me. Please help me."
Man. Oh,
And she
man.
did end up getting out. But like those kind of stories are just so common. They just, obviously, and I'm sure those are going to be coming soon too, like stories that people have never heard. And there was another person that got that managed to escape, but he had been out of touch with his family. This was like years ago, well before you and I got out, but I heard the story after I got out. And he had fallen out of touch with, he had been made to disconnect from his sister. He didn't know how to reach her. That's a thing. Like they undermine all your familial connections. So even when you're in, it might seem obvious. Well, like, oh, I can go to Joe's house. But if you haven't talked to Joe in 30 years and
You
you
don't even
have
know where
no
they live
internet
even.
access, you have no phone, you have no car, like think through the logistics of that for just a
They
moment.
have your passport,
And they have
your
Joe's address. So they're going to show
Oh,
up
yeah.
at Joe's house too.
Yeah.
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 So
That's
this
like
person,
yeah.
this person was literally riding on buses and going to libraries and looking up his sister in the yellow pages. And finally there were like 10 entries, and he was down to like his last $5, and he found and he burned through all these entries in the yellow pages, and then finally got to the last one and called, and it was her. And
Oh,
then he had to take a bus to New York City or somewhere far away from where he was in California. But he'd literally been sleeping on buses just to try until he could figure out where his sister was. And he did finally reunite with her, but it's just insane.
man. I mean, the stories about people getting out, I think that needs to be its own, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I do some sort of a compilation or something. I've always wanted to be able to share those stories because they're all miraculous.
Yep. They really are. Yeah.
It should be probably like a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we had started to compile stories like that when we originally launched the blownforgood.com website. But anyway, there are incredible stories out there. It's true survivor stories. Each person's story is unique and different. And the more voices, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the next thing on the list is the life history form, because it ties into what you were just saying. Every single person has to fill out this life history form, right? Every sex act that you have ever committed, with who, when, how many times, all details. Okay. And everyone sees these things, like because your life history is included on every submission for any position that you're going to hold in the organization.
Yep.
It's so your bosses see it, your seniors see it, anyone who's senior in the organization, all of the personnel department sees it, and it's attached to every posting CSW. And one time I saw my mom's life history. Okay. And I couldn't unsee it after that.
Oh no.
Awkward. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. I mean, literally, because I found out that she had an abortion before. I had no idea. Okay. And also I found out that, different people that she had been with, which was like, are you kidding me? And my mom was a saint, I thought. But I was in the personnel department, and she was a new person coming in. And so, I had to see it. I had to, at the time at the Flag Land Base, every single person had to be approved by the Guardian's office to be at the Flag Land Base. So I had to put together her personnel qualifications and submit it to the Guardian's office, because I was in the, I want to get to the names of all these places, but I was in the personnel, responsible for personnel.
You were
on
in the Scientology equivalent of HR, human resources. There you go.
Yes. Anyway, so luckily, you know, I didn't have to see too much, but that's just that's just the idea. Every single person has to fill this out. And it's not just the sex, it's like every drug, how many times, where, when, all the
every
specifics.
friend you've ever had,
every place
family
you've ever
member
lived.
Yeah. And so that gets used when people escape to see, it just becomes a list of places to check for where they might have fled to. It's insane.
Yeah, that's the reason for it.
Yep.
Where are we going to track this person down if they ever take off?
Yep.
Yeah. Whoever came up with that stuff is it's just seriously insidious. I guess it starts with L. Ron Hubbard, but
yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So the next thing is
Laura FM is in the chat and she said, "Oh no, for some reason I would have loved to see my mom's life history." Hey Laura.
I don't know, Laura.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, because you can't unsee it, after you see it. And the next time I see my mom, all I can think about is the picture of the person that she had sex with.
I've had that with people that I'm not related to. Like I can't even say some of the things that I read in people's life history, and I'm not proud of it, but I was made to do it, and I'm like,
me too.
It's kind of burned into your memory forever, and then when you have to interact with the people, you're like, awkward.
Very. You just hope that they don't know that you've seen their stuff. But.
Yeah, you're like, are you reading what my face is putting out? I hope not. Oh dear.
My TRs are not in when I'm confronting this person.
Think happy thoughts. Look away.
Do not think about that poor dog. Oh God. Okay. And so the next one is you cannot drive without practically becoming an auto mechanic. You have to do this car school. It's required. You have to do it, but it's the lowest priority because every person gets what's called a TIP, a technical individual program. So it lays out the courses you're meant to do and in what sequence, right?
Yeah.
Car school's never on it. That's a personal thing. You personally want to drive. Good luck. That's never going to be on your. I never could.
Yeah, it's only car school would only ever be put on your technical individual program if your job required you to drive, which nobody's job other than like people in motor pool who drove the buses, those were the only people required to drive. And John Horwich, who was married to Diana Hubbard for a long time and was the father of Roanne Horwich, L. Ron Hubbard's granddaughter, he wrote the car school check sheet that was that we would have to do at the property, and it was like 2 months of like put in clay the construction of an engine and how how spark plugs work and all this and that. And so factor in if your job doesn't require driving, good luck. It's never going to be put on your program. B, whatever, you'd have to get through all of the courses that you had to do for your position for it to be added to your program. And again, the chances of that happening were really slim. And then C, factor in all the many days that you don't get enough sleep to do your 2.5 hours study per day.
I know.
And but you know what? I found a hack.
What?
So when I went to Clearwater, Florida, for Religious Technology Center, not only we had to drive ourselves. I mean, we probably didn't have to, but we had our own, we had a minivan that all the RTC reps in training, there was like 26 of us. So we had 2 minivans and only one person had done car school. But the main hack was that car school in Clearwater, Florida, was 1 week of study.
You're kidding.
Nope. So I did the flag version of car school, And yeah, I did it like in 2 days, and then boom, I had done car school, and nobody asked, well, which car school did you do?
Okay, well,
So yeah,
I
that was my
I
hack.
got around it. I got a hack, which is
Okay.
I was sent down to LA to be the commanding officer for the SEMO International Extension Unit down there. I was
Yep.
only down there for a couple months, but um, no car school was required at all. So just this is the first time I ever drove. I just went to the DMV and got my license, but they had me drive because I never had a license before. They had me drive. This is the first time I don't know how to drive. So the first time I ever drove, I was with an instructor going on the LA freeways, and I was just like white knuckling. Anyway, so I drove, and then I was like required to drive up to Int. That's a long way. That's
Yeah.
like 80 or 90 miles or something. I had
Yeah.
no idea where I was or how to do it, whatever.
It's like
Nighttime.
2 to 5 hours depending on what time of day you go, because going through
Yeah,
Ontario was always massive rush hour and
that's
massive
right.
amounts of traffic. Yeah.
Like, you need to get to Int right now, so I'm having to drive by myself. I got lost in Los Angeles. It was terrible. Anyway, so, and then I got called back up to Int to be, sent to the decks because of something my husband did. So I didn't get to drive. That was my only time I ever had to drive. And so I didn't know how to drive by the time I left the Sea Org. I only had driven that, time, and I needed a new license and everything. So I really had to learn.
Wow, that's
I don't know how
crazy.
to drive a stick shift though at all. Never have done it.
Yeah, I drove a stick shift for a little bit, but it was kind of terrifying. I learned to drive in Los Angeles too, but I was 16. But
Okay.
still, I know what you mean about the white knuckling, because even when I was 16, it was still terrifying. It was like every time I got on the freeway, it felt like a near life or death experience, or a near
I
death
know.
experience. Like, please let me in, please, 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 please. Okay, I made it in.
Speaking of near death experiences, I mean, okay, so the reason why we never drove, if anybody has that question, is because the Sea Org transported us, and we were kind of locked down on the base. And if we went to Los Angeles, they had a transport department that was responsible for bringing people there back and forth, right?
Yep.
So we didn't have to drive because we were transported. But oh man,
And nor did we have a vehicle, so nor could we drive, even if we wanted to.
yeah, even if we wanted to, we couldn't
Like,
drive.
for the most part, it was very rare for a Sea Org member to have a car.
No,
Right.
who has a car?
Yeah. I mean,
Nobody
on
hardly have a car.
$46 a week, let's call a spade a
Yeah,
spade.
yeah.
Insurance, gas, registration, all that. Yeah, no thanks.
It just
Eh.
didn't happen. Oh my gosh. Okay, and the next one was, I mean, it's just so stupid what we're doing here. Building LRH's houses, offices, and workspaces, even when he wasn't even around or going to be in them, but we would build them anyway. Build it and he will come.
Oh
And
my gosh.
the other thing is, like, it all had to be so odorless. Like, in other words, there couldn't be a speck of dust in these rooms, and it had to be completely and utterly odorless. And so there were people who were assigned outside, messengers assigned outside of these places if you were going to go in, to sniff you. And you're going to like get a pit check. And if you flunk, you have to go and shower and change your clothes. And the other thing is, on his laundry would be washed. It wasn't even being worn, but it would be washed, and it would have to be washed like 6 times and then get smell checked. I remember Janidaire was the person who was always having to sniff his laundry. And then if it got the smell check passed, then it was like all packaged up and whatever. Anyway, we're just nuts. Just completely stupid, asinine nuts. Matt describes when he was going cleaning up all night, white gloving an LRH space. And they had special cotton gloves. I mean, rags that didn't shed lint, and you would have to go to a little spot and go like this, bundle it up, put it in a bag, close the bag, take the bag out, and then take the next rag and do it. And it just took them all night long, and it's just ridiculous.
Ugh.
Anyway, that's just asinine stuff that Sea Org members do. Okay.
Yeah. What about the fact that L. Ron Hubbard's granddaughter was made his laundress? At least like 15 years after he died, and was responsible for cleaning his clothes every day and laying them out on his bed.
That was Rowan's job. I didn't know that.
Yeah. She was in the household unit because I mean, on so many levels, it's so demeaning and bizarre, and like what in the world? What world
Man.
is that? Seriously, in retrospect, obviously
Out
all of
the
it had
clothes.
been normalized over so many years of
Yeah.
insanity that you just your ability to ask questions just like shuts down. It's like a dead flower that's just like,
Yeah. I mean, if I heard that when I was up at Int, it would be, of course. But I hear it now with my real life brain. I'm like, are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
His granddaughter, no less. His granddaughter. Because that's not creepy at all. Like, that's
No.
totally normal to have your
Lay out
granddaughter doing your
his
laundry
boxers.
and laying out your clothes every day. That's completely normal.
So
I
the
mean,
clothes that you lay out that day with his boxers and socks and everything, does that have to get washed at the end of the night?
yeah, I know. My favorite part, Mark is always, and I know Matt's the same way, always great at just poking the most giant cannonball size holes through the non-logic. But he was like, so wait a minute. So we're pulling out his clothes for when he comes back. Oh, because he's going to be wearing the clothes of a 60 however many year old man, like styles from 40 years ago. He's going to just walk back in and put back on those clothes. I'm like, you know what? Honey, you make a really good point. I cannot say I'd actually thought about it, but you know what? Kudos to you for asking the right questions.
Oh my God. That is the most hilarious thing ever. Scientologists, if you're listening to this, how about answering that question?
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's it. Oh, that kills me. That kills me. He's going to come back and he's going to be an obese, just like Hubbard was with his pants up to here, and the big belt and everything
With
like
his
that.
neckties and his,
Yeah.
whatever.
What are those things called? The Oh, I just can't even picture it. Oh,
Yeah.
I need some time to recover
And
here.
how demoralizing is that too, by the way, as opposed to
Oh,
washing clothes for somebody who's dead. I mean, let's just call a spade and laying them out on a
right.
bed every day. I mean, and doing that to his granddaughter. It's just so
I
wrong on
can't
every
even take
level.
it. I can't even take it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna come back in the same size body.
Hey folks, I'm back. Remember me? See, I matched my
If I
picture.
came back,
I matched my picture.
if I came back, I'd be a size 2. Oh God. Okay.
Dear. Well,
That was
maybe we
funny.
should ask some questions and do some giveaways. And
Okay, sure.
okay.
Yeah. Do you want to do a giveaway?
It's your turn.
It's my turn. I'm on my way over here to give away a copy of my book, Scientology Abuse, at the top. So if you go into the chatorama over here, and you put book me, I will book you. And oh my God, that just cracked me up so much. And
I like how all the people are in the chat. Oh, Apostate Alex says, I feel sorry for whatever mother has to birth a fully grown 60-year-old L. Ron Hubbard. Right? Me too.
Yeah, like
Not
what
fun.
is he, 270 pounds or something, Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Okay,
anyway.
so I'm not seeing book me. That
It's coming. You just have to catch up.
Oh, okay. That's
They're
what's
all there.
happening
I see them. Yep.
Oh, okay. I just realized I'm not all the way down to
Oh,
new
yeah.
comments. Okay. Oh, look at all your book me's. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
We try, folks. DP never in.
DP never in. Colonel Brock, you get one too.
Yay! There we go.
Yeah, so just send me an email, Amy at scoby-publishing.com, and I will send you a copy of the book, Scientology Abuse at the top. And by the way, let me just take this off. Sorry.
Oh,
gosh,
let me give a plug. And for all the 860 plus people joining us tonight, thank you so much for being here. We love it. We love your support. Don't forget to subscribe to both of our channels. Hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm, so I'm told. And coming soon, when Miss Amy hits 10,000 subscribers, we will have a 10K celebration party with Matt and Mark joining us. So there you go. Oh, speaking
that
of
would
which,
be amazing. Here you go with our channels. You can just look those up there and subscribe. And if you haven't hit the like button, do it now.
yes,
Wonderful.
yes, thank you.
Yes, to order a copy of my book, you can go to my website, scoby-publishing.com, or go to blownforgood.com for a copy of Blown for Good, Behind the Iron Curtain of Scientology, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay,
Blownforgood.com. Yes, thank you.
good. Okay, and so did you want to go on to questions?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Only
Okay.
because I have to feed my children. So
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm on a
Okay.
timeline and but yes,
Okay, good. And I
plenty
know
of
that there's
time to
more
do questions. Yeah, no,
And,
absolutely. Plenty
and
of
there's
time to do
more in
questions
here.
and more
So,
giveaways.
okay, good. So here we go. I'm just going to start at the top. Bam.
Angie English. Claire, I got my book. Thank you. You're so welcome, Angie. Thanks for watching and supporting our channels. We appreciate it. It's always a great time on a Wednesday here with my friend Amy.
I love it too.
All right. Cat Matt Jets. Is it rude for a WOG to buy wear your merch? I'm just not going to say that word because I know it's derogatory now. No, it's not at all rude. Absolutely not. We prefer to call people never ends because we have great admiration for you that somehow, some way, we don't really understand, care that there's this cult called Scientology that we had to escape out of. And we were not planning to talk about it until Scientology kept abusing people. And then we thought, you know what? I guess we got a job to do here. So let's get it done.
Yeah, that and forcing the disconnection of family members because that doesn't go away,
Yep.
Like,
And
stop messing with
forcing victims back to the abuser for a fabricated nonsense called arbitration. I mean, that, yeah. Care for JC YouTube super sticker. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Thanks for being here. Betsy Sue, love you reading and commentary on your book, Amy. Awesome.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm so glad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Abigail S. Sterling's last name is spelled wrong. I know. Aaron was beating himself up on his stream earlier because he made the same mistake on all their videos. Remove the H and you have it right. So yes, Sterling Tompkins is Tompkins. We know this very, very well. We've known Sterling for many years.
I knew that. I fixed it, but I must have not pushed the save button or something when
it's all good. None of us are perfect.
I am. No. Just kidding.
Not today.
Thanks, Claire.
Well, you said it. You started it, Amy. Pud in tame. Put in tame. Super sticker. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Selena Michelle, hail Queen Bee. Beautiful as always. Yay.
Thank you so much.
Selena Michelle again. Hi, Claire. Merch idea. SPTV salt and pepper shakers. Love you guys. Hit the like peeps. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. I have SP salt and pepper shakers that are really funny. They're super decorated SP, and I always put them right next to each other so they read SP.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yes. Question. Oh, Barb tries. Question. Amy, when is Matt going to do another video?
Yeah, well, he needs to be physically here. And as soon as he is back, we've got a plan. Yeah, because he needs to get his butt going, right?
Yes.
I've been doing
Yep.
my chapter, so I've been hogging the
The
computer, but
airwaves.
the airwaves, but that's okay. No, we have a plan. We have a plan for something that's gonna be really good this week, so keep tuned. Stay
Yep.
tuned. There you go.
Awesome. Awesome. Barb tries. Claire, I watched Shalice's interview with Mark today, and they said a couple of times how he got you out. But fact is, you got you out. And once you were out, he made sure you were safe. Yes, that's true. Though Mark did play a pivotal role because I did come to realize that I would not be able to escape without his help. So I figured out how to get his help from inside to the outside, which was very, very challenging and will be covered in great detail in my book.
Man, Claire, you're just a superstar for doing that. Matt helped me get out too.
Yep. It's 8 points of out R factor. Ooh, what a name. Question. Do you think those in the Sea Org are having a better time of it now DM is in hiding off base? My answer to that is no, because the environment has been made so dominating and so all controlling. And I just can't imagine that being a joyful work environment under any circumstances. I mean, you don't get time off, you don't get to see your family, you're kind of locked in. That's the the analogy that I make at the Sea Org is like, you get in, but then there's no way out once you're in. So the only way out is to just embrace being a suppressive person and join the wonderful world out here. And that's the way out.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of experience of being at the base with David Miscavige and at the base when he's somewhere else. And when he's somewhere else, he's still writing to you all the time,
Calling.
and calling. And he has enforcers who are down there making you read what he just told you that you have to do or whatever. And so it never feels like he's gone. So,
Yeah.
it's not like things are like, okay, now we're going to put in days off or something because Miscavige is not here. It doesn't work like that.
Nope, it doesn't. Apostate Alex. Question. Amy, do you know anything about why Celebrity Center Int loans money to the UK church every year? The most recent accounts show $2 million in loans owed to Celebrity Center. Wow.
I never even heard of this.
That is
CC
crazy.
Int loans money to the UK church. You mean like CC London? Maybe to keep it afloat, because CC Int is responsible is the international body responsible for managing the outer celebrity centers. So if one of them is going to go under, it's possible that what they're doing is sending them money. So, okay, you guys. It's possible that they're bailing them out, but I don't know.
Okay. Apostate Alex in the comments said not CC London, Cosrecki, which is the whole UK operation, including St. Hill and London. Cosrecki. I've heard that before, but I don't remember what it stands for. COSRECI.
Yeah, I heard of that too. Boy, that's the first I've ever heard of that, Alex. I don't know.
Yep, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep. Diane C., the fact that you have to escape should alert the police that these people are being kidnapped. Maybe we, the public, need to start writing letters to get something going.
Yeah, I encourage that. Yeah, I encourage that. If you know anything, get it to the authorities, and it can just all accumulate, and maybe they'll do something about it.
Yeah. Galila Sinatra. Question. How paranoid do you think LRH was and Miscavige is now? Well, my answer to that is extreme. I've never seen such extreme paranoia. I was kind of I was shocked when I finally made it into Religious Technology Center and realized how paranoid David Miscavige was. It was a shock, complete shock.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of the policies and all of the weird things that we're even talking about are all surrounding a weird paranoia,
Yeah.
actually, like at the base of it. You know, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but yeah, paranoid is a good word for it.
Yeah. KB, you are all making a huge difference. Now the movement is on steroids. Big changes coming. Yes, I
Yeah.
completely agree. I love it.
Yes.
I'm all for, I've pretty much any person I interview now, I'm like, start a channel, bring your
Yeah.
voice to the table, because we all have different experiences and different perspectives and different things that have happened to us after we escaped, and so together we give a complete picture that is just there. There is no answer from Scientology to any of this, except
No.
please don't listen.
Yeah.
That's their only response. Not please, don't listen. Oh, okay. Barb tries. Amy, I recently finished your book and noticed that you referred to people as terminals more than once.
Oh, at the outset of my videos, I think I did an apology or something for a lot of the words that I use. Like I call it a church. I know that people are not terminals. I know that that cult is not a church, and it's been a long time since I wrote that book, and I wouldn't use those words anymore. And whenever I hear my husband saying it, because it slips out, because that's what we called them. That's what we called people.
Yeah.
I always correct them now because they're not terminals; they're people.
Yeah, which is funny because I read your book when it first came out, and that didn't strike me at all, because I would totally be like, oh yeah, speaking my language. And I didn't even have that thought either. It's just like
I know, it is so weird, and sometimes things like that slip out when we're talking with other people who used to be in Scientology, but
Yeah.
anyway, I'm trying to get all of that crap out of the house, out of the vocabulary, because it's bad.
It's not that it's bad. You can just deliberately choose different, I think.
Well, it's bad to use. Why call a person a terminal? It unpersonalizes the person,
Yes.
and so that's what I mean is bad. Like it's
I
bad,
see.
and it's also bad to call Scientology a church when it's a destructive cult. So
Right.
that's all I mean by bad. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. No, I understand. KB, with every condition and emotion on a chart, there's less room for humanity, typical of high control groups and dictators. Yes, completely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. Karen Weiss, is Int Base the one in Hemet, San Jacinto? Yes. Technically, it was Gilman Hot Springs. Right? I know Hemet was always like, it's not in Hemet, and San Jacinto was always like, it's not San Jacinto.
Yeah, because the little town that Scientology base is called Gilman Hot Springs, and it's right in between like San Jacinto, Hemet. So I would say Hemet, I would say San Jacinto, I would say Gilman Hot Springs. It was like interchangeable, but it really is its own town of Gilman Hot Springs.
Yep.
That's the real answer.
Yep.
Hi,
But on the
Jeffy
address, it was
Hawkins.
San Jacinto. Yeah. Jefferson Hawkins. The waste of time was huge. Musters, inspections, checks, inspections, stats, weekly conditions, on and on. There was barely any time to do any real work. Oh, yeah. Battle plans, 7R graph. You had to mark your stats every single day. Remember that? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, and you would get these inspections, a BP inspection, which is a battle plan to make sure that you had your basics inspection. So you had your daily battle plan, your graph was marked, your shoes look shiny, whatever. People are coming and inspecting you the whole time. It's just disgusting.
Yep. Destiny Salazar, question. What did you think of Jenna's crushing the can story? Oh, totally. I Jenna is amazing. She's I definitely remember. I think I'll have to talk with her, because I know that I had many interactions with her when I was in Religious Technology Center, and I think there was one time when she was trying to leave that I went and talked to her, because Shelly wanted me to go talk some sense into her, which it's kind of like, I kind of see where Jenna's coming from. But yeah, I totally believe that she crushed the cans.
Oh, I watched her tell that story. I thought it was so awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that she's, speaking out and joining the SPTV community
Yes.
because I think she's awesome. I always have. And I remember her totally from Flag, that time when Biddy was at Flag and she was there. She's just fiery. She was feisty and fiery and fun to be around, and
Yep.
always beautiful. And I knew that she was going to just do so well in life, and she's got beautiful children. I'm so happy for her. But
Yeah,
anyway,
completely.
yeah, when she crushed, and she took the PC folder and flinged it around the room. I thought
Because
that
and,
was
and when she was like, I always wanted to do that. I'm like, oh, totally. Because you're never allowed to look in your PC folder and just be like,
it's
like,
all worthless.
oh,
And also there was a window, and she was thinking about throwing it out the window or something like that. But
that would have been
she threw it.
amazing. Jenna
Oh
Miscavige's
man.
PC folder showering down over Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah. You really didn't hear of almost anybody ever leaving an auditing session, throwing down the cans or anything like that. Matt did on our way out. He threw the cans and he said, "That's the F it. We're out of here by noon tomorrow. There isn't a security guard that's going to stop me. There's not a gate that's going to stop me. I'm grabbing Amy and we're taking off." So then they scrambled and got us sent in different locations, but they knew he meant business, but it doesn't happen very often. Have you had people throw the cans at you?
No, but I
Yeah.
knew Jenna had done it even before that time.
Yeah.
But I've heard of people doing it before. I
You
mean,
have?
there was a sec check room in in the Qual building at the base. So by Hubbard policy, if you're doing an interrogation, you're supposed to literally position the person so that they
So they can't get
cannot
out.
physically leave the room. Well, there
Yeah.
was this one room, I don't know if you remember it, probably not, but you had to slide the desk to let the person in. It was like this teensy little closet in the
Uh-huh.
before the Qual building was renovated, and then you would
Yeah.
slide the desk back.
Oh God.
So it was literally physically impossible for the person to get out unless they crawled over you.
Oh, yeah. I really
Uh,
wanted to put down the cans, throw down the cans, walk out of the room and stuff like that, but they always say that it's because you have a missed withhold. So you have a withhold, you've done something. So then they're going to just start asking you all that. So you just don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
no, you don't want to trigger that whole next line of questioning. OBG
Mm-mm.
Foster question: do the public do knowledge reports on each other? Absolutely, yes,
Totally.
they do. Yep.
Snitch culture.
Michelle Carpenter, you ladies say, I got out an awful lot. Have you gotten to check out the org of the same name yet? We're having our big launch event in October. Yes, I got out.org. Thank you so much, Michelle. And yes, I have started checking it out. I got your email. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we will, I'm sure, have collaborations in the future.
I don't know what she means. I don't. You can
There's a
explain that one to
website,
me.
igotout.org. I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
Stephen
good.
Hassan and Sarah Edmondson from Nixium, a little bit
Oh,
culty. I'm not exactly sure all the key players, but I know
okay.
those people are involved, and it seems like a great effort to help people tell their stories of getting out of high control organizations.
Oh, I think isn't that the one that was doing well, uh, a march in DC or something like that? Because I think they wrote to me.
Maybe.
I'm not sure, but anyway, sorry. Or
That's
don't
okay.
mean to get sidetracked, but I support anybody who's raising awareness on cults.
Yes, me too. Diane C. Question: would it help for the public to contact the authorities to insist on an investigation explaining that these people are being kidnapped? So we've done, Amy and I both we've talked to many different authorities. So yes, it certainly helps if you know of a person that can't get out, family members of people at the base or in other organizations that haven't heard from them should try and reach out to them. Yeah,
Yeah,
all of that.
it's there would just need to be specifics,
Yep.
like it can't just be a general, there's people there that can't, whatever. There's got to be specifics that they
Yep.
can actually do something about. But I always encourage people contacting the authorities for anything,
Definitely.
Mhm.
Yep. Apostate Alex, I remember filling out my life history when I first joined staff, age 15, asking me about my sexual activities. It made me
Right.
feel uncomfortable even then. Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like get out of here. Forget
Yeah.
it.
And then you would
I'm a
get
kid.
interrogated on it too
Oh
after
yeah.
you'd filled it out
You had
on
to
the e-meter.
pass
Yeah.
an e-meter check on your life history, and if it wasn't clean, then you had to go back and, what is so up with Scientology and needing to know everything about a person and interrogating and interrogating and interrogating them?
I
It's
know.
so gross.
I know. It really
I put
is.
this one on here because I love you, Laura.
Laura FM. Yay. Laura. Don't forget to get on over to Laura's channel and
Yes.
subscribe.
Yes.
Al Omquist. Question: how many people would return if DM was gone? Well, I don't know a single person who would go
I don't
back if he
know.
was gone.
Do not
So,
know one single person at all.
no. Nope.
Yeah, because it's not
I
a DM problem. It's
no.
even though, he may be a little blessing in disguise because a lot of people left because of his completely overt criminality. But, the whole place, after you get out and shed some of the cultness and see real freedom, boy, the last thing you want to do is go back into that crap.
Yeah, hell no. No way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Double.
Wonder Woman. I always love Wonder Woman. It's my favorite.
Oh,
Question.
good.
I mean broadly. Question: do average public Scientology members understand how miserable life is for Sea Org members?
No.
Not in depth, no. They have a good idea. And actually, I would say a good portion of public Scientologists are actually ex-Scientologists. I mean, ex-Sea Org members, sorry. Ex-Sea Org members.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it?
Yeah, like my
That's
mom
funny.
was ex-Sea Org. But they just kind of, the cognitive dissonance, they're like, oh, it's better now. And even Sea Org members won't ever tell public Scientologists that their life is miserable. Like my mom
Oh, yeah. You could
one
never
time
tell
was like,
somebody.
oh, I know you would always just use good roads, fair weather, which is Scientology speak for everything is wonderful. Oh, the weather is beautiful. Oh, the roads are amazing. Good roads, fair weather, just like, shore story. Life is wonderful. Don't ask me any questions. Don't look at my face. Don't look what my body is telling you. I know I lost 30 pounds, but yes, I eat.
And I look like a prisoner of war, but
Yeah.
I
Like
like
one of
it
the
like
last
this.
things my stepfather asked me is, do they feed you? Because I literally
Right.
was skin and bones. And he just, oh yeah. But he does his hate videos. Trot out
Ugh.
like a good POW Scientologist. Go right
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
Yep. OMG. So like Valley Girl. Question.
So, like, Valley Girl.
Still like Valley Girl. Question. How do you justify it before yourself to disclose all of your sex acts? Is it because of pressure, or do you believe Scientology will help you better if they know all that? Well, I think we just answered that question by filling in the hole that they put you on the e-meter, the lie detector, and they're not going to let you be done with that until that device tells them that you're done. So it just becomes like as painful as it is, even for me as for anybody really, like, why is it anybody's business really?
Mhm.
But you just kind of normalize it to go, well, you're not going to be able to move along until you've said everything, and it's
Yeah.
all in your mind. Yep.
Plus, somehow you trust your church. You think
Right.
it's a church, you trust them.
Yep. You believe that they
You
have
think,
your best interests at heart
"Mm."
and that they're doing it for your good, even if it doesn't feel good at all, ever.
It's all for my good. Ah.
Yeah. It's for your good, even though it feels terrible. Betsy Sue, question: how did you get building permits with the workforce you had, and how did you pass inspections? Yeah, they would, at least my answer to that is they would pay off contractors to do all of that, to get cert of occupancy and things like that.
Yeah, Matt's got stories about that because he was responsible for construction a lot, and he knew these inspectors.
Yeah. April Carey, question: if y'all got to go to stores to buy toothpaste, etc., then if someone wanted to blow, couldn't they just escape at that time?
Canteen.
Yeah, there was some of that, but then in later years they banned staff from going to the store in town to buy stuff, or it was generally frowned upon. But yeah, some people did escape buying toothpaste. Definitely. Actually, one guy
And they
even dropped dead in Walmart.
did what?
One guy even dropped dead in Walmart during during CSP, our 2 hours of
Clean
laundry
ship
cleaning
program we're
time.
supposed to be.
He might have even been buying toothpaste. Yeah,
Who was that?
that was sad. Huh? He was
Who
a
was it?
writer. He was Do you remember when there was the whole manning, bringing new people in to be
Yeah.
writers?
Yeah.
He was one of those people. His name was Bob. I cannot for the life of me
Wow.
remember his last name. I'll have to ask Jackson. I'm
Mm.
sure Jackson would
Oh,
remember.
he'll remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it was sad. It was literally like, and then after that, nobody could go to town. If you did go to town, you had to not wear uniform anymore because he
mhm.
was wearing Sea Org uniform when it
Yeah, and
happened.
identified
Yeah.
right away as, "Oh, he's a Scientologist."
Yeah. Yeah.
But what they did was they tried to put in the canteen those basic things so you didn't ever have to go off the property.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, I was looking at I got distracted by comments. Starshine, question: how are you guys so hilarious after being so mistreated and traumatized? Your live streams are so much fun.
I'm glad they are. Um, I don't know. I think that the number of years of freedom has helped.
Yep.
You know?
And
And again,
and
going back to this.
reuniting with real friends like Amy, my dear friend, and I always say, well, what do you want me to do? Laugh or cry? I'm a terrible
Yeah.
crier. I get all blotchy.
We
Ask
could do
Mark.
that one live. I'll just label it, "This is our crying session," and we'll take up all the things that really upset us and cry. Because we can do that. We could definitely do
Sure,
that.
we can. I guarantee you're not going to want to be here for that. I guarantee it. You're going to be long
I have
gone. We're going to be like, oh, well, thanks for all two of you who showed up today. That's awesome. Great.
and this again that I got from one of our viewers, "Go laugh in the places you've cried. Change the narrative." And, we did a lot of crying, and, but we also got tough through all of that, and being separated out of it and knowing that we're not gonna ever go back into that, we're able to look at it and see how ridiculous it is, and laughter is also a rejection, and there's a lot to reject.
Yeah. And speaking for myself, I would say I've found peace with the decisions I've made. I know that I am who I am and how I got here. And so, yes, I have good days and I have bad days. And yes, I cry, but more I celebrate every day of life that I get to choose what I do with my life, and I get to choose my relationships and my friendships and what I say and
Yeah,
everything. So there's
it's
beauty in that.
fantastic. It's
Yes.
so fantastic.
Yes.
And then just again for me, my relationship with God, to me, that's where my heart was changed and I got so much light and joy and love in my heart. It was crazy and unexpected. But anyway, that's my personal story and I have a video on that on my channel. But
It's
so
amazing.
I get a lot of joy from that as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cody Mack, thank you for the super chat. That you too overcame such dark and hellish abuse and emerged with such a graceful and fiery passion to help other victims proves the unlimited power of human compassion. I'm so inspired by you both. Well, thank you
I
so,
love
so
that
much.
comment. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Very appreciated.
Yes. Jen Stacy, love you guys from Clearwater, Perth, Western Australia. Nice. Thank you, Jen, for being here. We appreciate
Yes.
it.
Thank you.
Billy Bob, 123. Claire, I came out of hiding because of your husband, but I can't win a giveaway. So sad. Well, Billy Bob, 123, today is your lucky day because guess what? You just won a giveaway. So shoot me an email,
Wow.
claire@blownforgood.com, and let me know what you'd like, and I will get it taken care of. So no need to be sad.
Doo, 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 maybe a
Yeah.
book.
There you go.
That's awesome. Okay. And
And
let's
Billy Bob
see.
123 is my favorite name ever too, because Mark and I
Why?
because Mark always says Billy Bob. And then one time I was talking to my boss that I do a lot of work for, and I was like, "Yep, well, Billy Bob," and he was like, "Billy Bob?" I'm like, "Yeah, Billy Bob." Anyway, it's just we have I guess I just have a lot of Billy Bob stories at this point. And one time I
I
was
haven't
like,
heard that.
somebody was like, "Well, I want to send you an email, but I don't want OSA to find out." I'm like, just make a random email like Billy Bob. So next thing you know, I got an email from Billy Bob. I'm like, "Oh, okay. I guess we're taking my comment literally, which is totally fine. I did say Billy Bob."
Yeah, that's funny.
Good luck figuring out who Billy Bob is. Oh, so there's probably like 2
Yeah.
million Billy Bobs.
Yep, have fun with that.
Yes. Lisa T. Question: has anyone turned up trying to claim they have returned and want to pick up their course credit? So great question. I don't know about course credits, but there's certainly been plenty of people who have said that they were this Scientologist or that Scientologist and they achieved the state of clear, and this other person said they were had been on the OT levels and all that. So I guess that's a form of that. Yes, is my answer to that.
Yeah, and there's even somebody who's like a convicted felon that says that they were L. Ron Hubbard.
Yes. Yeah.
Even changed their name to Lafayette Ronald Hubbard.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that.
Shauna Williams, question: forgive me if I'm out of line, but I've often wondered about John Travolta's children. Are they still in the cult? I don't know about this one. I just know that Ella Blue, David and Shelley Miscavige gave her a lifetime IAS membership at birth. And that was very common for celebrity babies, that they would get the lifetime IAS membership card as a gift at birth.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not too. Necessary trouble. Does anyone know what the average age of a Scientologist is? Are enough younger people being recruited to replace older ones aging out? I don't know the answer to that question, Necessary Trouble. I like your name. But in my opinion, the average age is probably pretty old by now, because younger people have learned how to use Google, and that really sucks for OSA and Scientology, because if you know, you know. You can't unsee.
Exactly. So, and a lot of people weren't having babies because Seorg was forbidden to do that.
Yeah.
And so they rely on their like generational, more than the new people, I think. So, I don't know. It's an interesting question.
Yes. That's the same one.
Did I do it? I don't know.
That's okay.
There's
That's
the
all right.
star.
We're
I
good.
was trying to figure it out. Okay.
We're good. Galila Sinatra. Galila. Can you tell us, how do Seorg members square all of that insane busy work and punishment with saving the planet? Yeah, it's called mind numbing and normalizing and cognitive dissonance, all known phenomena in high control organizations known as cults.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking for myself, when you're that exhausted and that run down and that disconnected and isolated from the rest of the world, it can be really hard to envision any other options outside of that world. Like most days wouldn't even have, I would never sit thinking about, oh, how can I get out of here? It's just like, how can I make it through the day?
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
I hovered my thing and it came up. So
it's okay.
I didn't click it yet, but oh well.
That's okay. Solidified.
Yeah, well, it's the same with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is Mike Rinder doing? He's doing.
Yeah. It's a battle.
I'm sure that Mike and Christy will give an update when they're ready to. And out of respect, we're not going to speak out of turn. Would you agree with that, Amy?
I totally agree with that. It's a battle. He knows that everyone is praying for him and rooting for him and sending amazing messages and everything like that. So that's wonderful. And it's just a battle. That's all they're worried about and concerned with right now and dealing with. So
yeah. Absolutely. Pat Shields, Claire, I'd like to send you a little gift to make up for the razzing you took from Mark. Sorry again. How do I get it to you? Oh, well, razzing. I mean, I'm not. It's okay. You don't ever need to apologize to me for anything. I'm the one that showed up here. Whatever happens, I'm okay with that. But thank you. That's so kind. No need to. But if my email is claire@blownforgood.com, I'm good.
Did you take a razzing from
I
your
don't know. I'm
husband?
not sure. I mean, which time. nothing that particularly. I'm certainly not sitting here licking any wounds.
No, of course not. Oh my gosh. Well, it looks like we made it through our different questions.
Yay, awesome.
Did we already gave away, did you know Jenna? Yes, I definitely did. It says, did you know Jenna Miscavige, Jamie? Yes, I did.
Yes.
She was up at the Int Ranch, and she was also in Clearwater, and I was in both places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
worked with Jenna extensively. She was really kind about what she said about me in her book. And yeah, anyway, I'm just grateful she's out and that she's lending her voice to SPTV Network Nation, whatever we're calling it these days. So
Nation.
yeah.
I haven't heard that one yet. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have any other giveaways that we have to do?
We can do a final merch giveaway from the Blown for Good merch store, just so we end on a high note before I go feed my children.
Yes. Okay, good. What do you want people to say?
So just say merch me, merch me, or whatever you want to say, just comment away. And whoever wins, you just go to Blown for Good YouTube channel, merch store, find something you'd like, and email me the link to that item, and I will create a giveaway link. So I will just send that back to you, and you'll be good to go. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alrighty, so I'm gonna pick somebody. 5, 4, 3. Oh, hold on, my computer is blowing up now, as per usual. Okay, ready? Boom. Kayla B. You are the winner.
Nice. Good. So you have all the instructions that you need. So we're going to go to the banners here, and I'm going to say another time, please go and hit the like buttons on both of our channels for this video if you liked our video, and also subscribe to both channels. If you are not subscribed to my channel, it's at QueenB-SP, and for Blown for Good, it's at Blown for Good. Very easy.
And hey, we have one last super chat here. Kat and Maggie. Thank you for Ladies Night. These are wonderful. Awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. We do. We really do.
Yes.
We get to catch up and have fun and chat about Scientology nonsense and, keep on keeping on.
That's right.
We're still kicking OSA. Give us a call. You too can have a fun life on the outside.
That's right. There's people here to support you.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.